Welcome, Aminat.
Just
okay, so it's already 3 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock Nigerian time. I don't like to waste time because I know if things take too much, I just run away from it. Okay, so let's get down to it. Okay, Aminat, can you introduce yourself to us?
Move so you can hear me properly.
So that we see you more.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think it's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better here, right?
Yes, it's better and it's clearer.
Good. So how are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. Okay, so are you ready for us now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we start with, obviously, introducing yourself to everybody that is listening. So can we meet you? Wait. Sorry. Hi, guys. My name is Adidoi. I'm sure most of you know me already because you joined. You must have been following me or I've seen the flyer somewhere. So I'm currently in the UK at the moment, and with me here is Aminat. She's an education consultant at MOD Education. So she'll be shedding more light about, you know, all the questions that I'm sure that everybody has and is up your mind, that what if this, what if that. Just bring that to us once she's done with all our introductions and everything. So over to you.
Okay, so hi everybody. Good afternoon. It's afternoon, I think, almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Aminat. I work for MOD Education. I'm an educational consultant. So as the name goes, I help students achieve their dreams of studying abroad. So wherever you like to study, basically most of the time it's UK and Ireland, but then I recruit students to the US, Australia, Canada, Germany sometimes as well.
Okay.
So
nice to meet you, Aminat. So, but today we're talking about everything you need to know to immigrate to the UK. As she mentioned, she also does all other countries, but today's focus is the United Kingdom. So tell us, I'm as an individual, I graduated in 2015 from OAU. What do I need to start an application process? What's the first step? What do I need to do? Yeah.
Okay, so first step, I think for most people, one thing I know that is very hard to get is their transcript. So transcript from, so yeah, you just finish your bachelor's degree and then you want to study abroad. You need to get your school, because this is how the schools grade you and see if you are eligible to study a master's degree at their university.
Okay.
Yeah, so your transcript, first is your
passports.
Yeah, I just passport, because that is your travel document. That's what is used to identify you. Without that, anything.
You can't proceed.
So let me say passport,
okay.
Your transcript, degree certificate. You can use statement of result. If you are a graduate, you can use statement of result. It flies for some schools, but some schools along the line, they will still require you to get your transcript from your degree certificate from the school. So you need your CV, letter. For some students that just graduated, you might not need to get reference, but your academic reference letter is required. So you need to maybe reach out to your lecturer, anyone you're still in contact with. You don't even need to be in contact with anybody. You can just maybe call your school or request online. Some schools do that. You need your CV. So your CV is the one that shows everything you have done. So from your primary school, secondary school, you know, the CV has everything you have done. So your CV is needed as well. Personal statement. So the personal statement is required by some university, not all universities. The personal statement is a letter of intent stating what you want to do, what you want to. Okay, so why do you want to study in the school? Your intent studying in the UK, why you want to study that course, your future career plan. So how correlate. We have come and they studied, let's say, I studied mass communication and I'll come and say I want to study nursing. That's the new trend. Do you get?
Yes.
So of purpose is what for you. It's just your documents that are going to the school. So once your statement of purpose is there, it explains why you want to take a particular course, why that school.
Okay. So, what are usually the academic sessions for schools? You know, back home we just have rain and semester, and we know that January and September. So, what's it like here?
Okay, so we have winter, and so like fall is like the main intake. So we call it summer. Winter is January, February. We have some schools that have March intake as well, but the main two here is January, February, September, October.
Okay.
But
I know some schools also have May, June, April, May, June-ish.
Yeah. So the two main sections are January, September, October. However, we have some schools that have March and May intake. But that May intake is mainly for business courses. They rarely have science-based courses for May. It's usually business related, management, hacks that.
Okay. Okay. So, can you tell us the average tuition cost of these schools, just on an average, and how much is required to pay, like initial deposit? I know it varies, so just shed more light on it.
Oh, so the good thing about the UK is it's very flexible.
Okay.
Country. So compared to the US, Australia, Ireland, very flexible when it comes to fees. So you can and then pay the rest when you get to school. So for most schools, they range because we have different schools and different tuition fees. So I'll give a range of tuition fee. The tuition fee would range around £10,000. So let's say for an average, I would say 12,000. Like that's the average fee that I know most people can afford and most Nigerian students do.
I didn't get that. You were breaking at some point. The average is what?
Average tuition fee. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so average tuition fee for students that want to study in the is around 10. We have lowest at £10,000 and as high as we Nigerians. I know what we always or what students always think, putting into consideration students that I have done for in the past. They always speak between £12,000 and £20,000. That's the range of tuition fee they go for. So any school within that range, they go for it. And then the tuition deposit. So we have schools that have as low as £1,000. So £1,000 and show the rest in your bank.
Okay.
And as of your tuition fee. So some schools will require you to pay 80% of your tuition fee, like University of East.
University of
East London.
Okay. 80%, did you say?
God, my darling.
Jesus. I didn't hear you at first. That's a lot. Yes. See me jotting things down. I hope everybody have their own pen and paper as well. East London. 80%, that's strange. But I know that recently, especially for this May intake, in fact, 90% of the schools are asking for 50% upfront now before they can even do their registration. So people should be prepared, and because I think maybe students are defaulting upon getting to the UK. They're not paying their fees on time and all. So they've put that measure in place to ensure that at least they're covered up to a certain extent before they can now spread your remaining payments into installments. So there's that as well. Okay, so we've talked about, I think the first thing you said to do was to get your passport, then your transcripts, your CV, your letter of intent, and then you apply to schools. So upon getting your admission, you should make sure that your initial deposits are ready, which ranges between 1,000 to 5,000, like you said, depending on the school. But most schools are now asking for 50% deposit. Most, not all. Before you all will quote me, most schools. So after that, what else? What am I expected to do? I know that I'm supposed to have some funds in my account as proof of funds. So what's the funds for a single applicant, and then as well for maybe a family of 4, that's husband, wife, and 2 children. That's just an average. So I know that there are some fees. There's the IHS. There's the explain to us more, please.
So after you've paid your deposit, some schools would have issued you an unconditional offer before you deposit. Why?
Okay.
So once you have passed that stage is cast letter. So cast letter is confirmation of acceptance. You need
Okay.
to apply for visa. Without this, you cannot. Oh, during this process, you have to get your medicals done. So we have something
Yes. TB.
you have to do, and it is just in one particular place. It's
Location in Lagos and Abuja.
crazy, and we have a lot of
The-
tracks. So why would we have just one?
I know, center. They should try as much as possible. At least two. Even if they don't want to maybe recruit people. Two is okay for the number of amounts they get on a daily. And it's not just for the UK. Oh. Canada too, that's where they'll do their test. Australia as well. So that place is a madhouse.
Crazy.
Continue.
Pay 700-800. That is the for that test.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the money required for banks. So for a student, you need to show and pay the rest of your fee. So other countries as well, where you have to show 6 months bank statement. The UK is very flexible. I pray they don't change soon because they seem to change that.
I pray.
1 month bank statement that basically 28 days. But I just tell my students to do one just in case you don't miss out a day. So it's 28 days bank statement that is needed. In this account, you need to show the remainder of your tuition.
Aminat, I think, hold on. Your network is breaking. Even me, you are breaking. So I'm sure that all the things you have been saying, because I can see the network is breaking. She's breaking. Say something. Let's see if we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't go off again.
Hopefully. Oh. Okay.
Let me check.
Okay, sorry. I think the place where you started breaking was from TBS. You said the TBS is, I said TBS. The tuberculosis test is, she's breaking, even she's rolling, reconnecting. Nigeria live. Oh, God. Even me, I can hardly hear her. Sorry, guys. I think I've even lost her at this point. Aminat. Sugar. Okay, while it's still rolling, she mentioned that you need to do, after getting your admission, you get your, I think she has left totally. I'm going to have to invite her again. So quickly, she said that the tuberculosis test is 57,800 for the person that asked. And there are only 2 centers, one in Lagos and one in Abuja. The one in Lagos is, and it's called IOM. So it's in Ikeja, somewhere around Ikeja. Then the other one is in Abuja. I don't know where that one is. I lived in Lagos. So I'm going to add her again, guys. Just a moment. Sorry about that. I'll just add her again. Invite. Let's hope she joins us now. Okay. Hang on, guys. Stay with me. Don't leave me. Let me add the other handle. She has 2. The first one isn't connecting. Just had the second one. I have invited her. Come on. I'm back. She said I'm back. Okay, so let me invite her now. Okay, she should join us now. Join us. Hey, join us. Is unable to join. Is Aminat using Glow? Doing, can I move from Cyprus to London? Ha. You should be able to. It's just for you to apply once you have your, I'm assuming that you have your BSc already. So once you have your transcripts, you can just, apply. It's the same process. People come to the UK from everywhere. I have my class, I'm currently studying international business management at the University of Portsmouth. And I have about 100 plus. And in fact, 80% of my classmates are either Bangladesh, Indian, China. I've made lots of friends from those countries. So you can immigrate from anywhere. View requests. Yes, go live. She should be with us in 3, 2. No. What's happening? Yes, 1. Aminat, please tell me you're not using glue.
Glow. It's MTN. I don't know what I'm
You don't mean it. Okay. Yeah, let's quickly make use of it before it runs away again. Yeah. Sorry, welcome back. So you stopped at what's it called? Tuberculosis test fee. Okay. And there are 2. I've told them as well that there are 2 centers, one in Lagos and one in Abuja. So you can take it from there. And then somebody asked that, can I move to the UK from Cyprus?
Yes. I'll get to that. Finish the for the bank statement. So for UK, you need to show the bank statement of 28 days. So I just tell you, don't miss out any day. Do you guys? So you need to show the. So let's maybe we should do the math together. For example, let's say my tuition fee is £1,000, and then I have discount. So the good thing is I skipped that earlier. Some schools or most schools have a discount off your tuition fee. So yes. Maybe merit-based or just discounts for international students. 1,000 to as high as 50%. Some schools 70%, 80%. You just have to. So let's say, for example, my £2,000, and I've paid an discount of 2,000. So tuition payable is 13,000. And then your deposit is £2,000. So it's £1,000, for example. So you need to show the remainder of £10,000. So 10,000 plus your living costs.
Yes, living expenses.
A requirement for UKVI. So UKVI is the you need to show this just so that you are financially viable to sponsor yourself to the UK. They expect that just to be sure not be a burden to them, because most people enter and then go and seek asylum.
Yeah.
So they don't want people that they are granting visas to do so. So they want this in your account. So back to the amount, you have 10,000 that is remaining from your tuition fee and £9,207. This is the exact fee for schools outside London. The fees, the living cost, that's the living inside London, and like this.
You're breaking again.
Who? Can you hear me?
We can hear you when you ask, can you hear me? Let's go, continue.
Okay, so where did you hear me to?
We can hear you, but you're breaking. Continue.
Okay, so let me just reverse a bit. Living cost for outside London, 9,207, while inside London is £12,006. It's important that you have this exact fee. Have more, but you cannot have less.
Yes.
If your bank statement is lesser than maybe at one point in that 28 days, the money is below the required amount, this can give you a refusal. That's automatic refusal. Okay. They would not mind money was there. Let's say in 28 days, the money was there for 20 days and then it went down for just 8 days. They will refuse the student. That is just because it's a point system.
Point-based system.
A bank statement, like, it counts for you. Then your cash letter counts for you. The academic requirement counts for you. So all these things are the points they use to grant the visa. So it's very important to follow that rule. The required fee must be in the account with the remainder of your tuition fee. So you can have more. You cannot just have less for that 28 days. After the 28 days, it is advisable that you leave the money in your account till you get your
visa.
Because the embassy has been calling banks. They've had a lot of transactions from Nigeria. I think from other countries as well, but they have been very... Scrutiny for Nigeria has been different. So They check, they call the bank, and money is in your account. Because they have heard of cases that people have been borrowing this money,
Borrowing.
remove
Yes.
them.
As regards that, Seth, I read something this morning, and your intake CEO was like they are putting strict measures in place. Some agents even go as much as to report students to the school. I was just reading it this morning on Pi News, and it was terrible.
Yes.
That Nigerians, they did a statistics that over 300% got admission into the UK in the past year, last year, and then over 400 in the past 2 years, blah blah blah. But they've realized that people are using borrowed funds, and this is a strain on the UK. I was just like, hey God. Okay.
Yeah. That did not come to your mind, like, oh, was your to every opportunity you have.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so it is what it is. And then
It is.
we have to make sure that we follow. I go on Twitter sometimes, or maybe Instagram, even Instagram here, and I just see adverts.
Adverts. I mean, you're exposing people, and the fact UKBI is not blind. They would have seen it. Somebody like their staff, like me and you that work there, that would have seen it. Like, oh, so Nigerians, like even if it shouldn't be all over, it's like Instagram. So it's really put that's why almost all schools now, I'm sure by September, all schools will be asking for 50% because they've gotten into of it. So you borrowed, how will we pay 50%? Because they have to know that you have that money. So that's part of the measures that they've put in place. So it's becoming stricter and stricter by the day. So if you want to act, the time is now. That's just the long and short of the story. Okay, don't let me cut you short.
Okay, so after that statement, another fee money is the IHS and visa fee. So for people, tell people what takes the chunk of the money. IHS fee is ridiculous. I won't lie to you. IHS is immigration health surcharge.
Okay.
To pay this even before you pay your visa fee. So you can't escape it. There's nothing, you have to pay these fees. So for a student that is going for a 1-year program, IHS fee is going to be around, let's say, $990 to, okay, this fees is in dollars compared to tuition fee.
The pounds. I think it's 904. That's about 700 and something in pounds.
Okay, yeah. So for 1 year, I just estimated that $990 to like dollars. So it changes because the original fee is in pounds, but when it comes to you, it comes in dollars. So when it changes, like fluctuations and all, it just increases or reduces anyone. Then visa fees around $480. Sometimes, like at the beginning of the intake, is as low as $476, but now it is $492. I as 503.
Are you serious? What makes it increase? Is the bank exchange rate?
No, not exchange rate. It's pounds. So that fee is supposed to be in pounds, but when you generate it, it shows dollars. So for every time there's a change, the currency increases. When there's a change again, it reduces. So just pay your time. Like I think there's surge as well for it.
Yeah.
Because, let's say you're going to school in September.
Like,
around July. So around July you're paying. But around, let's say you're going to September and you pay around August or September itself, you pay around 500. So I think it's maybe demand. Yeah. So that student, the fee is for a student. If you are going with your family, okay, I need to talk about bank statement for family as well. So for family, every person you are adding to yourself. So for an adult, let's say for your husband and kids, there's no difference in what you are going to add. A dependent is a dependent. Not say, okay, I have a 6-month-old baby and I have my husband. My husband is supposed to, my child is supposed to pay lesser. No, it's the exact fee for anybody as far as they are depending on you. So the fee for London for a dependent is $6,120 dollars. Sorry, pounds. It's £7,650.
We didn't get that though. The fee for dependents is
inside London,
okay.
7,605.
7,605. Let me be screaming it out because
yes.
Okay.
05 for inside London for any dependent. So for your baby, for your husband, and you cannot pick. Nobody can be your dependent except your immediate family. Your mom can. Your dad cannot be your dependent. It has to be your immediate. So what comes from you? Your husband and your offspring. That's what you can have as your dependent. If you have a what do they call them? Adopted child, you have to show court documents that you have full custody of that child.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I say that I adopted like my sister that is 16 years old like this, she can be my dependent.
No. If you have documents to show for it, that's legal documents.
Legal guardian or something.
Yes, not court declaration. Proper documents from the court.
Custody. Okay. Because I've had somebody ask me that question before, like, oh, my sister is 16, our parents are demised, a bit demised. Can I take her along? So there you have it.
Except you get, if you have a lawyer that can get you these documents quick, yes, you should be able to. But if you don't, just waste IHS, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
That is your immediate family. So for Amazon, it is £6,120 for outside London. So for anybody you're adding to yourself as a dependent, Scotland, Manchester, Birmingham, London. So any city outside London in England, it is £6,120.
Okay.
Fee. So all this money you need to include it in your bank if you are going as a family. So money in your husband's account. As if your money is going to be in your husband's account, your husband just has to write a sponsorship letter that would suffice access, and you have access to the funds in your account.
Can we use a joint account if I'm like my husband? Yeah.
Yes, a joint account works as well. As far as both of you. Okay, so the accounts you cannot use for UK application, you cannot use corporate accounts. You cannot use okay, some people use microfinance bank, but for me, I always tell my students, do not use microfinance. Just move your money because most times they find it very hard verifying that bank
from them. Yeah.
They don't people, or they don't reply to their email. So if the UK calls to confirm the money, they are not accessible.
And they might just deny you.
Do you get? So what's the essence? Just do the right thing. Do the one you are sure that. So use commercial banks. It can be for a student, let's say for students that their parents can still sponsor them. If you don't want to use your account, you can use your parents' account. Parents' account is allowed. As far as your mom or your dad can state that you have access to that fund, and I think you have your birth certificate. So your birth have people that what's your name doing? Please, your full name. Okay, so you see some
that my father carries.
You see some people's birth certificate. Don't know. Please, what happened to that? Are they don't know that it's on your travel, and that's your passport. Full name. How can you? It's not. They don't think like we Nigerians. Their names can be different. So that birth certificate might belong to somebody else. If you say your name is Adedoni on your passport.
On my birth certificate now. People are saying Adeton, okay. She's saying my name on my birth certificate is Adeton, no. But now I'm Adedoye Adekoya. That's not the point.
Oh,
okay.
Why you say you're not supposed to say that. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so your name should sync. Your name should correlate. Birth
With your,
certificate.
what she's trying to say is, you were breaking at some point, but I think people can hear me clearer. What she's trying to say is that if you say your parents are sponsoring you now, you are going to provide your birth certificate as well as your parents, means of identification, maybe driver's license or something. So their name, like my daddy's name now has to, as my daddy's name is so Adetono, and my name is Adedoyin Adetono. Birth certificates will say that father Adedoyin Adetono, Abayomi Adetono, mother this Adetono, this other Adetono. So it's not that you now say that. What will you even say? You change name.
Some
Abi.
people name. Some people, maybe my name is Amina Liaso Modasola. My name have Modasola.
Your name will not have a mother solar.
Certificate might not have a Modasola.
Okay.
Some people just write names like they write
So
names.
it has to be complete as it is on your passport.
Not complete. Explain why it is not complete and have a
okay. So back to form.
Yes.
Sworn affidavits can suffice.
Yes.
Okay. We have cleared that. Okay.
So IHS for dependent as well might be the same thing, but these days I've been seeing lesser. So if a man pay $1,000 for IHS, dependent IHS might be 910. So there's a difference, a little bit different in the fees for some people. Visa fee is the same for everybody, regardless if it's for a baby 6-month-old, is the same. But IHS might reduce, but visa fee is the same. So that's the cost, like the estimated cost for family and then individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have flogged that question very much. Thank you. What else do we have? Okay, so as an HND student, or let's say maybe, because I've also gotten those questions a lot. Oh, I'm an HND student. Oh, I finished with a 3rd class. What's my hope? Well, are there any schools that actually accept HND and 3rd class, or do I have to do like a top-up program? What's the future for me?
Oh, okay. So for HND students, you can get something called the masters, or you get direct masters. You get direct masters if wealth of experience. For example, you graduated in, you finished from Polytechnic of Ibadan in 2010. Then you have 10 years work experience in maybe the field you did before, or this new course. It counts for you. It's a plus for you. Okay. Because some schools would go through your transcripts to ascertain that you can join the program, while some others will go as far as checking your CV and also work experience to say, okay, so has a wealth of experience in, let's say, for example, I want to study management. I studied biz admin in school, and I've been in business role. Let's say I started off as a customer representative, and then maybe now I'm like a branch manager. It's a plus for me.
Managerial role under your belt.
So you'll be able to study direct masters in management if you want to, or international. So for some people, the wealth of experience work. So let's say 5 years experience, 10 years work experience works, but not 1 year work experience, not 2 years work experience. So the numbers of years matters. Number of years matters. For 3rd class students, get direct masters as well, or pre-masters. So HND, you can do pre-masters or masters directly. So you have 3 options. But
okay, so for HND, to reiterate, because you, as usual, glowed you. For HND, you can do masters. Me, go, I don't hear what you said. You can do top-up masters. Is that what you said?
For HND,
you can do top-up. What's the second one?
Top up in bachelor. So top up is like last year of university. So in like Nigeria, you're doing 400 level, but there you are joining year 3. You are doing year 3 again because
it's a 3-year course here.
You are joining year 3. But there a top up degree, then you join the masters, or you can do pre-masters. Is usually from some schools 3 months, schools 6 months, some schools 9 months.
Okay. So
Then
to
you
apply for the remaining, like if I did top up masters now, do I have to come back home to apply for my masters, or do I just apply from the UK?
apply. There are some schools that even when you get your CAS like integrated, they call it integrated program. So it's a pre-masters, but you're progressing to your masters.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you need to come back. So for the ones that you have it integrated to your pre-masters program, you don't need to come back. Even the ones that you don't have, you just have to apply to another school or decide if you want to play and work and you don't want to go to.
Okay. What else? What else do we have to ask? Okay, placement year. I know
Oh,
that there are some schools that will say that, 1 year, that's it, 12 months, of mine is 14 months. Some
yeah.
schools will say that is a year with placement year. What's the difference? Is it better to take courses that have placement year? Am I going to pay the same? Am I going to pay IHS fee for 2 years if I'm doing placement year? Do I have to pay school fees again for the placement year? What is it?
Okay, so for placement year, I advise people, if you're not about the cost of IHS, you have to pay for 2 years, or if you're not your family, just take a course
You have
that
to pay for 2 years for the placement year.
is 1 year work, 1 year study and 1 year work.
And 1 year work, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to pay for 2 years. So your cost on your cost letter, it will be 2 years. Some schools will write 24 months, some schools 18 months for your program. So it is 1 year, 1 year study, 1 month work. So I always tell people take a placement year course because I see a plus for you. In a new environment.
I see it as a plus too.
What? Yeah, so
I
it's a
see it
new
as a plus too.
environment. For people that don't have anybody when traveling, I always believe that it's best you take the course that has placement because you're finishing school and then you already have work experience. You have something in your CV. So I know what most they get there, they get like menial jobs just to get money, as we do now, as far hustler spirits that we have. We get, but most people get these white collar part jobs. About these menial jobs, it doesn't count to you, especially if it does not correlate with your what's the name? If it does not correlate with what you are doing and your career path.
Okay.
Let's say project management, and your project management has a year. After your first year, even after during your dissertation, some people already start
Applying for jobs.
why some people job. So there are some schools like the University of Portsmouth. University of Portsmouth has like okay, I've forgotten the name. When I remember, I'll say it. So they have like a house. There's like a body that helps international students with this project. So for every
Correct. Yeah, they have a group, talent jobs. You should also ask me now. Am I no student of are you... They have talent jobs, like body that can hook you up with jobs, CV writing and legs. Yeah.
So that's really international because they focus more on international students. That body focuses more on international students, and then it helps you because once sometimes they have like career day.
Yeah.
That they partner with comes, a student goes around having like a mini fair,
meet and greet and all. Yeah, conversations with them. Yeah,
you talk to them, and the same day. So your course has some of the partner with your university job instantly. You work well, they're going to retain you. They're already on another tier 2 visa. When you finish, you don't even need their post study at the end.
You don't need post study visa again.
Switch to tier 2. So some people I will not lie. It's not like a simple process. At least a lot of process, but it gets there. Some people get it quickly. Some people it takes a while. There's no harm in trying. Yeah. So you choosing a course that has placement. But you have to pay years.
You have to pay additional IHS fee.
You have to pay because it's 2 years.
Okay, thank you very much, Aminat. That's 40 minutes went by so fast. I didn't even feel it.
Wow.
Okay, so we have lots of questions. It's question time, guys. You can start dropping your questions, but I know some people already dropped theirs. So I can see one. I've already answered. Okay, I'm currently doing my master's in Cyprus. Sorry. The network is crappy. Can I move from Cyprus to London? Do you want to answer that?
Yes. So in the world to the UK. As far as you meet requirements, so for any course, if you want to transfer from your institution in Cyprus to the UK, as far as you meet up transfer requirements and then visa, money for visa application.
Can you help with scholarship program?
Oh, well. yes, but not
full.
Yeah, not
like discounts. Yes, she mentioned there are some schools that can give you 20%, 10%, 50%. I think my school fees was 15,600, Abby.
Yeah.
And then I think they gave me 1,511. This actually I know that currently I paid 13,500. So Ogbeni Fawaz, can a person that is intending to marry a student and go with her on a why are you laughing? Let me finish the question. On a dependent visa and also sponsor her? I come again. Can a person that is intending to marry a student and go with a dependent? Why don't you? Okay, answer first before I'll say my own mind. Do you understand the question though?
There, but you are going as a student first, right?
Yeah, but they are not married yet. They're probably just dating at the moment. So no marriage certificate and all. So can they both go together?
You have to show proof you're married.
Yeah.
Even now, UKBI have started asking for, we submit marriage certificate. They started asking for extra that you are married. So maybe
like
pictures,
what?
I don't know. Maybe pictures, maybe chats.
Pictures, wedding pictures. Yeah.
Okay,
that answers that. So Ogbeni Fawaz, if your girlfriend wants and you're sponsoring her, would advise that you both get married first before she comes, and then you can be a dependent. And one of the advantages of coming to the UK with your family is that if students normally they are restricted to 20 hours during term time, and y'all can work after during holiday, summer and all. But you as the dependent, maybe the husband or the wife, whoever decides to be the dependent, can work till you drop. You can work round the clock, and that makes you that allows you make enough money for the family alongside your wife or your spouse's 20 hours that she works. So even if you have a kid or something, she can always you can augment it together. Okay, very informative. Thank you, Genevieve. How much is IHS for 2 years? I think she mentioned that as well already. The IHS is $990 and it fluctuates. So you just multiply it by 2. And no, London is expensive. Now you won't come London. It's expensive. There are other places that you can go to. There's Birmingham. There's Southampton that I'm in. I'm at. There's Manchester. There's all too. There's plenty places. Change your surname, Joe. Okay. Please, is it compulsory for me to have my marriage certificate before my girlfriend go up there, since she will be processing my documents when she's up there? No, it's compulsory for you to have your documents in it. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But no additional school fees, right? I said on my was on Friday. I mean that no additional school fees for the placement here. Are they going to pay double the fee?
Okay, no, you're not paying double the fee, but for schools they have like a fee placement here. So let's say your tuition fee is 14,000 first year. Your might be 1,600. Now placement here is £1,600.
Okay.
Some £1,000. Some schools 1,300. Some 1,260. It's not as high as the first year. Like
it's just like, because it's just like their money for sponsoring your cast, in my own opinion. Yeah. Okay, so thank you too. Fantastic. Okay, I think Mina, your people are ailing you. Okay. Any other question, guys? I usually don't like this live to be too long so that people can. Okay. Another thing that I want to ask is IELTS. I know some schools require IELTS and some don't. So in place of IELTS, what's the requirement?
Okay, it depends on the course. So for most postgraduate degree, you do not need IELTS as far as you have a minimum of C6 WAEC or
In
NECO.
English.
Yes, English WAEC. Schools do not take NECO, so it's advisable you have WAEC. If you
can I combine? Okay, schools don't take NECO. I wanted to say, can I combine WAEC and NECO? Like maybe if I have F9 English. Okay, you can't combine. So another thing, please, do you have a WhatsApp group for September resumption? I beg, we want to leave this country. Please send me a DM if you are interested in. I mean, we've talked about migrating as a nurse, and now we've talked holistically about the process. So if you'd like to process it further, you need help with getting admission, tweaking your statement of purpose. I'm your girl, and Aminat as well. So do I have, okay, I think we answered that. Do I need GRE or IELTS for graduate program architecture?
No, you're not.
Okay. What is you just need your WAEC certificate, your WAEC results, and make sure you have at least C6 in English, and I think 6 other credits or 5 other credits. What is the process for postgrad visa? Atiola, we've explained earlier. I don't know if you joined us before time. She explained that the first process is for you to get your passport, that's your traveling document, and then you apply to schools, and after application you get your admission unconditional. You get your unconditional offer, you pay your tuition, initial deposit, they give you your CAS, you apply for visa. Whilst doing this, you should have done your tuberculosis test either in Ikeja or in Abuja, which costs 57,800. Afterwards, make sure that you have your proof of funds in your bank account for a minimum of 28 days. However, it is advisable that you have it up until you get your visa to avoid stories that touches the heart, because immigration people, UKVI, are now confirming this bank statement from banks. So just leave it till you get your visa. I mean, do they still have priority and super priority? I saw something that has been cancelled. So if you're planning to travel, I suggest you start now so that you can start waiting for the number of months that they will decide to give you your visa, so there's no rush. However, I think they are giving priority to students and answering them on time as against standard visa. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, does those school refund school fees? Yes. Well, does those school refund school fees if the visa was later declined?
Yes, but they remove
they do. They remove administrative fee. But if you do what like she said earlier, is a points-based system. So if you do all you're supposed to do, get your admission, get your CAS, let your money be there, don't remove your money, you should get it. If we have village people do not reach visa, please. Okay. My question is, can I migrate not as a student?
Yes.
You can migrate not as a student. I mean, people are getting jobs from the UK. You can check indeed.com and search for jobs. You can check read.co.uk and search for jobs. If you're in accounting, maybe you're chartered or you have your ACCA. You can work with the Big Four here. You try and apply. Don't give up. It might look like it's difficult. If you are in the healthcare system, you can also get jobs from here. It might look difficult because you might keep applying, but you don't relent. If you're a doctor, obviously, you know that you put money in makers now. So if you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, definitely apply. NHS jobs are available for the healthcare sector. So, just read wide, be open-minded, be determined to never give up. Okay. My question is, can I migrate? Okay, we've answered that. Is NECO results accepted?
Yes.
I thought you said NECO is not accepted.
No, I said some schools accept NECO. And then
some schools do not accept NECO, some accept. Okay. Would my husband and son also, yes. Will a child do? Will my husband and son also do tuberculosis test?
Yes. So for babies, you just have to pay. It's not is 27,900 for children. So if you get than 12 years old, you pay 20. I'll confirm, but 20. Let's say 28,000. That's what you pay. But for babies, they don't do. You know, it's a scan.
It's a scan now. Radiology, something like that.
They just
Pregnant women. Will pregnant women be able to do the scan?
Yeah, some people allow them, so they use like there's a board older.
Okay.
But it's not advisable. It's not good for your baby.
It's not good. I know that it's not good, but some people still go ahead, and if you insist, I'm sure they'll do it for you. Yes. So here by Birkin, there's no more priority. It's now standard. Visitors visa is taking like 4 months. So, okay. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for your questions. Thank you. I don't think, if there are any more questions, you can always send them to my DM. I'll try as much as possible to respond. And Aminat as well can do the honors. So, Aminat, any last words for us?
If you want to apply to the UK, I think now is the best, because things are
getting the best time. They're getting harder.
Yes. Not if you start from admission process for some schools takes 3 days, 1 week. Now it goes as high as 1 month, 2 months, 4 months.
Serious?
Yes. So if you apply the time, get documents and start application.
Okay. That being said, it brings us to the end of this. Thank you so much. But we'd like if there's a WhatsApp group, please. I'll think about that. Who will be our admin? Class captain. I'll think about that and then I'll get back to you guys. But thank you for joining as always. Thank you for staying with me. Do not forget that I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I'm going to use every opportunity to promote it. Join my YouTube channel. The last live video, I posted it on Instagram. This one, I'm not posted on Instagram. So if you missed it, you're going to have to watch it live on my YouTube channel. So you can search for me, or the link is in my bio. Join me. You can see already, I have plenty of content for you. So stay tuned, stay glued, join me on this journey. Also, if you're interested in all we have said in the past 3 days, you know, traveling, relocation, studying with your partner, with your family, children, whatnot, for guidance, for advice, for processing of admission, as well as up to your visa level, you can reach out to me, of course, and would, you know, take it from there. Thank you very much. I remain your girl, Adedoyin. Bye.